Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's City Council meeting and Committee of the Whole meeting. Today is Monday, April the 4th. We begin our council meeting by asking our city clerk to please take the roll call. How's that for a transition?
Nice
I almost
save,
screwed
yeah.
that up. Yeah, thank you very much.
Bruno's out. Burkhart.
She's also
Ruby.
Here.
Caven.
here.
Gilberg.
Here.
Kasrag.
Here.
Aladra.
Here.
Marks.
Here.
Mayor.
Here.
Swanson.
Here. Tonight's Pledge of Allegiance, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be led by the guy in the corner who grew the beard, Officer Parisi.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, officer. Ladies and gentlemen, item 3A is to proclaim Arbor Day in the city of Geneva. I think most of you are probably aware that this is our 20th consecutive year of being designated an Arbor Day community. I would love to entertain a motion to so proclaim Arbor Day in the city of Geneva. Motion by Alderman Swanson,
Second.
seconded by Alderman Mayer. Any questions, any comments? Congratulations, Rich, you and your team. Trees, the Lorax of the city of Geneva, right there. So, is it 20 or 22 years? 22, that's what I thought. Plus, we got an additional bonus this year, too. Very exciting. All in favor of the motion for the resolution, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes, ladies and gentlemen, with 8 affirmative votes, no votes, and 2 absent. Item B, as in boy, approve special event application from the American Legion Post 75 for the Memorial Day Parade on May 30th, 2022. Is there a motion? Mr. Marks and Mr. Caven? Just one bit of information prior to your vote. I have been in contact with Commander Brian Noonan of American Legion Post 75. It is likely that while the parade will take place, it is likely that the parade's concluding spot will change. It will not be the West Side Cemetery. It is likely to be down the hill at the Senior Center. That has not been finalized, but Brian wanted me to share that with you, so it's likely that we will amend this, but I wanted you to be aware right now, so.
And the approvals tonight won't change.
Exactly, the approval's tonight, so. Anything else you want to add, Stephanie?
No, that's it.
Okay. Any questions, any comments? All in favor of item 3B, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? With a vote of 8 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, and 2 absent, item 3B has been approved and advanced to the council for additional consideration. Correction, this is the council, strike that. Item 3C, approve resolution number 2022-19, requesting street closure with Idot for the Memorial Day Parade on May 30th, 2022. Mr. Kasserag makes the motion. Seconded by Mr. Marks.
And it's 2022-23 on the agenda.
Oh, I have 2022 in mine. Mine says 2022.
Okay.
Is the resolution different? Mine says
I've
20.
got to look it up, so just
Okay.
whatever the resolution is.
Mine says 2022-19.
The agenda says 23.
Okay, so it is just, it's resolution 2022-23, just so everyone knows. We will, of course, be routing the parade down North Avenue instead, so. Any questions, any comments? All in favor of item 3C with the resolution reflecting 2022-23, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? With 8 affirmative votes, 0 negative votes, and 2 absent, this item has been approved. Item 3D, approve a special event application for She Bix Incorporated for the Fox Valley Marathon, September 18, 2022. Mr. Kilberg makes the motion. And Ms. Mayer makes the second. Ms. Dawkins, anything else?
Just in general, so it's the 13th Annual Fox Valley Marathon planned for September 18th. The race starts in St. Charles and weaves through the streets of St. Charles and Geneva and the trails and park and forest preserves, down to Batavia and through North Aurora. Geneva streets are reopened by 8:30, but the event continues until 1:30. We have told them that there might be potential conflicts with road construction. We always give them that caveat, not knowing who's going to move first on projects, so they are aware of that. And then I will note that the item after this is the Idot resolution, again, for street closures. But other than that, that's it.
Anyone here running in that? Jeez, sorry to ask. Holy God. Rich, are you running? All in favor of item 3D, as in David, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? With 8 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, and 2 absent, item 3D has been approved. Item 3E, approved resolution number 2022-20, requesting street... 24. Well, this is all messed up, sorry.
Sorry.
Requesting street closure with Idot for Fox Valley Marathon, September 18, 2022. Previous statements by Ms. Dawkins are echoed. Is there a motion? Ms. Mayer makes the motion? Second. Second by Mr. Kosarog. Any questions, any comments? Rich, you gonna run in this? No?
Still no.
Still no. All in favor of item 3E, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? With 8 affirmative votes, 0 negative votes, and 2 absent, item 3E has been approved. Are there any amendments for the agenda, folks, from anyone here at the dais? Item 5 is the Omnibus agenda. All items marked with an asterisk are considered to be routine by this council. It can be considered and acted upon with one motion. Is there such a motion? Mr. Swanson makes the motion. Seconded by Ms. Mayer. Any questions, any comments? Mr. Clerk, whenever you're ready, sir, please take the roll.
Ruby,
Aye.
Caven,
Aye.
Gilberg,
Aye.
Kosarog,
Aye.
Maladra,
Aye.
Marks,
Aye.
Mayor,
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
The omnibus agenda has been approved with a vote of 8 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, and 2 absent. We move on to municipal bills for payment. We kindly ask our city clerk to read the bills in their aggregate for our consideration.
Total bills are $1,499,683.10. Now,
Oh, it's silence. Bruno's gone, Burghart's gone. There's a motion to call Bruno or Burghart to ask them to make the... Chuck Brown's available? Ms. Mayor, give it a shot. Microphone, please.
Does it start with Mr. Mayor? Mr. Mayor, I move that, I don't know. We pay the bills in that amount that can be found in the city's website on the agenda for tonight.
It's like Nancy and Ronald Reagan over there trying to whisper. There's been kind of a motion made by Ms. Mayor to approve the bills as presented, which are also available in the council members' packets and on the city council's website. Is there a second to that eloquent, yes? Mr. Caven makes the second. Any questions or comments at all regarding the bills? Mr. Clerk, whenever you're ready, sir.
Caven,
Aye.
Gilberg,
Aye.
Kosarog,
Aye.
Maladra,
Aye.
Marks,
Aye.
Mayor,
Aye.
Swanson,
Aye.
Ruby.
Aye.
The motion to pay the bills as presented, 8 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, and 2 absent. We will now declare a plaque to be made for Ms. Mayor. Folks, all items of the Committee of the Whole business were on the consent agenda. So we're jumping to item 12, and 12A is to consider approval of resolution number 2022-30, granting conditional site plan approval for the construction of a 274,800 square foot light industrial building and associated site improvements at 33 West 300 Illinois Route 38 Owners, Duke Realty Limited Partnership. Is there a motion to put this on the table? Mr. Marks makes the motion. Seconded by Mr. Caven. Ms. Dawkins?
Okay. So as the mayor stated, the applicant Duke Realty is seeking to purchase approximately 20 acres of vacant farmland located along the north side of Illinois Route 38 for a light industrial development, which is supported in the future land use plan of the 2003 Geneva Comprehensive Plan. The applicant is seeking site plan approval for a 274,800 square foot industrial building. A specific end user has not been disclosed, however, plans do indicate a warehouse distribution type of building and use. The applicant came before the Planning and Zoning Commission in December of '21 to obtain general feedback on the preliminary layout, and the commission was generally supportive. The approval now sought by the applicant is consistent with that preliminary layout. The applicant also previously sought and received approval by the PZC and the City Council for a zoning map amendment from the B4 Business District to the I1 Light Industrial District. At this time, the development qualifies as a by right development, meaning the proposal meets the requirements of the Geneva zoning ordinance. If site plan approval is granted by the City Council, the project would then continue to final engineering approval, which is administratively reviewed and approved by city staff. At the March 24th meeting, the PZC unanimously recommended approval for the applicant's request, subject to conditions including final engineering approval by staff. More information was available and still is available on the PZC meeting packet and in video on the city's website. So with us this evening, we do have Director DeGroot and also Dan Ubelnor, close? Yeah, see, I should have just done it and nobody would have known, from Duke Realty if you have any additional questions.
Thank you, Ms. Dawkins. Are there any questions for either Dave or Dan? Who remembers the 1992 Dave or Dan situation in the Olympics? Anybody? Well, not you. There's an old guy in the room. Hey. Any questions at all? Do you remember that?
Dan O'Brien was
Yeah,
one.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, now you guys remember. No, sensing no questions, no comments? We have a motion. We have a second. Mr. Clerk, please take the roll.
Gilbert.
Aye.
Ostrog.
Aye.
Maladra.
Aye.
Marks.
Aye.
Mayor.
Aye.
Swanson.
Aye.
Ruby.
Aye.
Caven.
Aye.
With a vote of 8 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, and 2 absent, this matter has been approved. Thank you. Congratulations. With that, folks, we are down to public comment and new business. Anyone joining us tonight? Any comments you'd like to share with the council or questions you'd like to ask? And is there anyone joining us remotely? No, sir?
No one raising their hand.
From the dais? If not, a motion to adjourn the city council meeting is in order. Mr. Kosarog makes that motion. All in favor of the motion, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. We are adjourned, ladies and gentlemen. We'll take just a moment to switch over to the committee of the whole meeting, which will be chaired by Ms. Ruby.
All right. Good evening. My name is Becky Ruby. I'm Third Ward Alderwoman, along with my partner in crime, Mr. Kilberg. I'll be the chair of tonight's Committee of the Whole meeting. The date is Monday, April 4th. I'd like to welcome everyone to City Hall to tonight's meeting. Let the record show that Alderman Bruno and Burkhart are absent. Everyone else is in attendance this evening. Do we have any special items for presentation this evening? Okay. All right, then. The agenda, item 2, recommends suspending the rules to permit Councilmember Ruby to chair this meeting and vote on all action items on this agenda.
Kilberg and Mayor.
Thank you.
You can do a voice vote.
Okay, so voice vote, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, the motion passes. Do I need to say the count?
Nope.
He's got it,
Or you can
okay.
just say unanimous. Or
Okay, all right. Got it, Roger?
Got it.
All right. All right, item 3 on the agenda, approve Committee of the Whole minutes from March 21st, 2022.
So moved.
Okay, so moved by Swanson, seconded by Mayor. Okay.
same thing.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, passes unanimously. Okay. On to items of business. Number 4A, consider approval of a certificate of completion for Fritz Lane subdivision. Do you have a motion?
Chair selects.
Yeah, Kasserag and Marks. All right, and Stephanie, do you have a spiel?
I do have a spiel. So this is the certificate of completion for the public roadway surface signage improvements, the public water mains, the public sanitary sewers, the public storm sewers, and the electrical improvements to accommodate the Fritz Lane subdivision. With the certificate of completion, the corresponding letter of credit supplied by the developer can be reduced to serve as a one-year warranty on the completed improvements. And then if you have any additional questions, we do have Director Babica with us this evening who can address those.
Okay. Any questions? All right, a voice vote of all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Item 4B, consider draft resolution for pre-approval of a purchase of general fund vehicles up to the budgeted amount through state bid, Sourcewell, or West Suburban Co-op contracts. Stephanie?
Need a motion.
Oh, sorry. Okay, moved by Mayor. Seconded by Kasserag.
So the fiscal year '23 general fund budget has funds allocated for the replacement of vehicles. And as you all are aware, the market is very volatile, and we've been informed that the order banks will be open only for a short period. Staff is requesting pre-approval to order the vehicles up to the budgeted amount as soon as those order banks open. And then should any purchase exceed the budgeted amount, we would seek approval before proceeding. All vehicles would be purchased through the state bid process or other joint purchasing agreement which satisfies the bid requirements. We do have Superintendent Landers with us this evening to answer any questions, but I think you all are aware just over the past year how difficult it's been to get vehicles, and it's only getting more difficult, so we want the flexibility to be able to act when the time comes. So,
Mr. Hilberg?
Just a question, these reflect budgeted amounts, I assume, the information that we've been given. Did, and these purchases would be through the state program then, as we've done in the past?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Do we have any kind of an indication how these numbers might look against what?
Well, unfortunately, they won't even give us a quote until.
Okay, that's sort of
until
what
the
it
bank
said in here.
opens, so.
But I mean, is anybody getting anything delivered at the present time that you might be aware of from your contacts?
Those that were fortunate enough to be able to keep their orders from last year
Right.
are starting to receive their orders from now. But
Okay.
it's pretty limited to one or two trucks at a time.
Are they honoring those agreed-to prices? Or are
I have heard that-
are there surcharges?
I have heard that some have honored and others have not.
Okay.
So it's.
I mean, it could be
unfortunately,
pretty dramatic based now the budgeted numbers reflect a significant increase over what we've been paying traditionally here over the last 2 or 3 years, I would assume.
Correct,
Okay.
correct. We did try to put
Inflate those
a
to
number
where you think the
into-
market might be,
Absolutely.
but, okay, well, good, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay. All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. All right, item 4C, consider draft resolution authorizing execution of a sanitary sewer pipeline crossing agreement with Union Pacific Railroad. Can I have a motion? Okay, so moved by Mayor, seconded by Kilberg. And Stephanie?
okay. So for your consideration is a sanitary sewer pipeline crossing agreement. The city has a sanitary sewer that crosses the UP Railroad. The sewer is on schedule to be lined due to groundwater infiltration. In the process of obtaining permits from the railroad to line the sewer, it was determined that we had no crossing agreement. Again, I have Director Babica with us this evening to answer any additional questions.
Okay, any questions from the dais? Ms. Mayor?
Where does it cross at?
He's here, we'll let him speak.
There we go.
3rd Street,
3rd Street?
it's on the north side of 3rd Street.
Yeah, the crossing's about 500 feet west of 3rd Street. basically the Creekside area and to Cheever.
Okay.
Any other questions? Okay, all right, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, passes unanimously. Okay, item 4D, consider draft resolution authorizing the execution of an intergovernmental agreement between the City of Geneva and the Illinois Department of Transportation for the maintenance and energy costs for traffic control devices on state highways within the City of Geneva. Can I get a motion? And a second? Second. So Kasserag and Marks and Stephanie.
Okay, so this is actually an item that the city council approved back in June. And following approval, the IGA that Idot sent back to us had a change in the indemnification provision. So we've been working over the last few months with our insurance carrier and our legal counsel just to make sure that we're comfortable with those changes and that we can assume whatever risk was included. So this evening, we have the IGA back for your consideration with those changed language. We will be getting a rider from our insurance carrier to protect us with those revisions. So again, I have Director Babica, if you have any additional questions.
I had one. Rich? I noticed over the weekend, we had a light taken out at East Side Drive and State Street. Could you share, just for the council and the public, when a light's taken out, how is that processed? In other words, does that go back against the driver's insurance? And does the city have any liability when those lights are taken out by a vehicle or whatever might hit them?
All the traffic signals within the city limits are owned either by IDOT or by KDOT.
Okay,
So when those signals are struck, that is how their individual procedures and policies are in place to recoup their expenses. Regarding the loss of a traffic signal, the traffic signals are equipped if there's a total loss of power and the signals go dark. There are full down stop signs.
right, understood.
Control the intersection.
But in other words, we're really not involved when one of those lights go down then. In other words, other than probably deal with some of the traffic issues, but as far as any kind of a settlement with an insurance company or however that might be handled, the city's really removed from that then. Is that right?
The only city-owned equipment that is on the traffic signals are the emergency preemption devices. So those are city property. They're fairly robust.
Okay, so they can take a
They
topple.
they usually be reused as much as possible, but if they do fail completely, the state or the county's contractor will then send us an invoice for purchasing the new equipment.
Okay, so that's really the extent of it then?
Correct.
Okay. Well, thanks, Rich.
My pleasure.
Any other questions? All right. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, passes unanimously.
Thank you.
All right. Item 4E, consider draft resolution authorizing acceptance of a proposal to bind coverage for property, inland marine, general liability, automobile, employment practices, law enforcement, public officials, crime, cyber, excess liability, and workers' compensation insurance coverage effective May 1st, 2022, at a total cost of $668,398. Do I have a motion? So moved by Marks.
Second.
And seconded by Kasserag.
Okay, so the city's commercial insurance packages, as so eloquently stated by Alderperson Ruby, are set to expire April 30th, 2022. For your consideration is the renewal proposal as spelled out in the packet with a total premium increase of $77,388 across all lines. Again, all the information was in your packet, so I'm not going to restate it here. We do have Assistant City Administrator McCready and also Ethan Salzinger from Gallagher to answer any additional questions you might have.
Any questions? Mr. Kilberg.
Yeah. Over my tenure on the council, I've quite often challenged staff as it relates to workers' comp claims and the fact that we needed to put forth a greater effort as related to safety to try to ensure that not only the safety of our employees, but also manage insurance expense. And tonight, to show that I'm fair and balanced, I want to read a paragraph from the correspondence that we received from Gallagher. It said, to help offset the increase, the city has been awarded $11,560 safety grant from your workers' compensation carrier, IPRF, Illinois Public Risk Fund. This grant reflects strong performance in workers' compensation this year and minimal claims. The fact this grant has increased the past 3 years attests to the city's strong commitment to safety and risk management practices implemented by city staff and department directors. So for that, I want to commend the department heads and anyone involved in promoting safety and management of this expense. Actually, for the public's knowledge, we spend about $133,000, or at least this contract, $133,000 for workers' comp insurance. And you know that if you look at the $11,560 safety grant as a result of our performance, that's significant, and hopefully we can continue to put the necessary focus on this area so that we can keep our employees safe and that we manage this expense. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? All right, so voice vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, passes unanimously. And that brings us to item 5, public comment, new business. Anything to share? Anyone joining us tonight? No one's online? Okay. I just have a quick comment. I would like to thank the police department for continuing to purchase handheld stop signs for the crossing guards that are lit up. The visibility is night and day between a lit up stop sign and one that isn't. And with the rainy, foggy weather that we've been having, it's really, really important. And in the past week, we were able to add 2 more handheld light up stop signs. So we're getting closer to having all of our crossing guards having the light up stop signs. So just wanted to acknowledge that and thank you. Okay. All right, so that is it for tonight. Is there a motion to adjourn? Okay. All right. All right. Oh, all in favor? Oh, thank you. All in favor of adjourning? Aye. That was choppy. All right. The end. Goodbye.
Awesome.